Alrighty then, g'day guys and welcome, my name is Michael, I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder Curse of the Crimson Throne, our Pathfinder 2nd Edition adventure, which features these amazing and wonderful Patreons who come and join me every week to play and embark on a awesome, fun, and incredible adventure. G'day guys, how we doing?
Good.
Doing
Yeah,
great.
awesome.
Fantastic.
Excited to play.
I know. I'm also super excited to pick up where we had left off. But before we do, we have a few announcements to make. Obviously, the first one being, of course, a quick shout out and thank you to the sponsors of our channel. Thank you, of course, to none other than Hero Forge for the wonderful artworks that you can see on screen for the players. You can see them all up there on there. Hero Forge is a wonderful and amazing bit of kit that allows you to create and bring to life a number of fantastical characters using a 3D modeling program. And if you feel like it, guys, you can print them out. You can get these actual models made and shipped to you anywhere in the world. Highly recommend it. It is an absolutely amazing thing to be using. The second thing we want to thank is, of course, none other than Sirenscape for the wonderful soundscapes that you will hear during the course of today's game. Because every good game needs a amazing soundscape. Exactly. Now, last but not least, we want to thank Fantasy Grounds, our VTT of choice. Guys, Fantasy Grounds is a wonderful and amazing product, especially if you, like me, have a limited amount of time to do prep and the like, but want something that's easy and integrates super fast with any of your new materials. Guys, Fantasy Grounds is my go-to because of how awesome it is. Yeah. Now, before we kick off, let's of course meet our wonderful cast of characters, starting with none other than the gunslinger Patrick, played by our dear friend Twiff. Hello, sir.
Hello, I am playing Patrick Perdita, a half-elf gunslinger who had intended to embark on the path of studying wizardry at the academy in Korvosa, and due to being framed for murder by Gadrin Lamb, lost his scholarship, got kicked out of his family, and wound up getting his revenge, and is now traveling with these fine people to try and restore a little bit of order in the chaos that has descended upon the city after the king's death.
Indeed. Next up, of course, accompanying Patrick is the fairy rogue Holly and her companion, the husky Penny.
Hello. I play Holly, who is a runaway from the noble court of her fairy family because she did not want to get married off. She spent a little bit too much time reading adventure novels, and she is 100% certain that she is a character in an adventure novel and everything is going to work out the way that it is supposed to. And hopefully her dreams are not going to be shattered in any of these adventures. But she knows she's one of the good guys and she's here to take out the bad guys, along with her familiar Penny, who is her very best friend.
Very nice. And of course, this is none other than our dear friend Malakisa. Next up, of course, playing the role of Quinn the Investigator, is none other than our dear friend Ire Janasi, who has joined us today. Hello.
Hey, happy Monday. How are you?
Monday. I'm doing absolutely splendiferously. I'm well.
Well, as Michael said, I'm Air Janasi. I am playing Quinn. She's an investigator and native to the city of Korvosa, and she met this crew of happy misfits on the doorstep of a Harrow reader's house, and we've been on one adventure after another ever since. It's catching, Michael.
It is. Amazing. And yes, hopefully Quinn will be able to get to the bottom of the case of the missing Shoanti corpse, which is partially found, I guess. So yeah, there you go. You're almost there. You're like 3/4, I guess. Next up, of course, a man who needs no introduction.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
I am I am Chadwick. Also go by the Wizard of Dind here on the Twitches. And I am playing Fido, the automaton ranger, who is over 5,000 years old and has just recently woken up after a couple hundred-year rest to see what is going on in the world. And that's when he came across this lovely group of people to get him into all kinds of trouble and teach him about how screwed up this world is today. And he's having a blast learning all about it.
Amazing, amazing. And now, the last sponsor of today's show, of course, is none other than you guys in the audience. Guys, without you, we can't do this. We can't do the Dead Aussie Gamer thing. Thank you so much in advance for any bits, subs, and donations. But if you would like to participate in today's game and join me behind the GM screen, consider either using your channel points, which you earn simply from watching the game, to influence the session. These can be used for divine intervention to allow people to re-roll, summon NPCs, provide magic items or boons or insight to my players. But if you feel like supporting the channel even further, then consider donating to give my players or myself an extra boon. For $5, you can give a hero point to my players or a jinx point to myself. These can be used to petition the GMs for things that aren't necessarily in the rules, stave off death, or even roll with advantage. For $10, I will draw 3 cards from a deck of plot twists, at which point you will get to pick one of these plot twists. Oh, there they go. And I will include it and add it immediately to the game. For $20, you can grant someone the coveted Nat 20 token, which is awesome because why roll a 20 when you can just have one? And last but not least, the $50 mark is the boss buff or magic item. These are a powerful item that will be used to help guide and help our heroes basically in whatever situation they happen to be. Or you could use that $50 to boost and make an encounter even more difficult. Now, for the secret menu item today. Now, the secret menu item is a secret donation, which, sort of goes to $100. We mention it once at the beginning of the show, but then that's it. The secret menu item for this campaign for today is the arrival of an old enemy. That is what it is. Well, for this dungeon, that's what it'll be. The arrival of an old enemy is where that sits. If you want to, feel free. Otherwise, that's perfectly fine as well. All right, guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Oh wait, sorry. Before I do, guys, real quick, a super big shout out to Time Lord's wife, a dear friend of the channel, who came in and raided while we were at the waiting screen. Guys, if you are from that channel, thank you so much for coming and hanging out today. And if you're still around, you are very welcomed here. For my fans, please go and check out Time Lord's wife, a wonderful role player and member of the TTRPG community. It is always a pleasure getting to watch their streams. They were playing Don't Starve together recently. Well, although maybe I wrote that wrong because I feel like they were saying that they were playing that they were wrapping up their campaign. There you go, wrapped up things. So okay, no, maybe they were playing. Okay, there you go. Yeah. So. Go check them out. Okay, without any further ado. Our heroes find themselves deep below the streets of Korvosa, in an area known as the Dead Warrens, beneath the graveyards to the south in the Grey District. Our heroes have been sent by 1,000 Bones, an old and ancient Shoanti shaman who has asked our heroes to seek out and find the missing body of his grandson. The Shoanti are a very proud people, and in order to allow for those who have passed to go to the next life, they must burn the bodies of their fallen in the Cinderlands. Unfortunately, during the riots, one of their kind lost their life and was simply gathered up, like all of the others, and brought to the graveyard here in the city. But to make matters worse, the body was not able to be recovered. A very opportunistic gravedigger sold the corpse to what is believed to be a notorious necromancer within the city, and our heroes now plunge the depths of the Dead Warrens in search of the missing body. and potentially the necromancer. I mean, there's definitely a reward for bringing this fiend to justice as well. So there you go. Upon entering the Dead Warrens, you were encountered a few creatures that seemed to have a certain macabre nature about it. Skeletons and owlbears and all kinds of other ghoulish creatures risen from the dead impeded your pathways. But you also bumped into a group of strange, pale blue-skinned creatures known as the Darrow. Kidnappers who are accustomed to stealing folks from the streets and bringing them down here for maddening and macabre experimentation. Managing to fend off and protect yourselves against these capricious creatures, our heroes have begun their search, finding the torso and arm of the Shoanti built into the body of this large carrion golem. And now having very recently arrived in a small refuse pit where the legs of this Shoanti appear to be in a wheelbarrow adjacent to a sinkhole. Now, you guys have had a bit of a rough go, and I believe we discussed you guys having a long rest before you proceeded further. Is that correct?
Yes.
We did, yes.
Yes. So, before we jump into this, is there anything you guys wanted to do while you were having the short rest?
Long rest.
Long rest, sorry. Yep.
A short one.
Nope.
I finished attuning the Philosopher's Extractor during that time, so that is now attuned to lesser healing potion. And then other than that, I don't really have any of the materials or recipes yet for making any alchemical bombs, so I would just make sure that my weapons were cleaned and in good working order.
All right, very well.
And my crossbow got fixed.
Yep.
Yeah,
Very well. You spend the rest period fixing up your crossbow, realigning the sight. Yep.
Probably. I mean, technically, yes. I have been healed, but I probably would be taking some of the time to mend myself, my cracks and joints and everything popping out. Kind of put everything back together. But as kind of a reminder to everybody else, being an automaton, Fido doesn't sleep, so he is awake throughout the entire rest. So everybody else can sleep while Fido is on watch.
All right. And Quinn?
Other than just healing up and mending myself a little from the damage that I had taken, no activities.
All right, very well. Cool. Keeping in mind that with your constructed body, you do still require a rest period of at least 2 hours.
Right. But I don't have to be unconscious when that happens.
No.
Right?
But you do need to be shut down, and if it is interrupted, you do not regain your abilities. Blah blah blah. All right.
Okay.
Now let's just check our stats here. Fido is not prone. Dante will rest, but for the time being, Dante is going to. We're going to say that he's on bed rest because he has now caught the drained condition of Holly, having cured Holly of a virulent plague that had been ravaging her body. Dante unfortunately feels really under the weather and is not here for today. Also, Rykon, we hope that you are well. We miss you and we miss your face. But yes, that is where we're gonna put. All right. Dante.
Dante had the torch. Now everything is black.
No.
He is going to give the torch to Padrig.
Okay, Patrick usually uses a two-handed shot.
Going to give the torch to Quinn.
I'll take it.
Thanks.
All right, there you go. You guys should be able. Did that work?
I can see again.
All
Have
right.
to buy some night vision goggles or something, man.
Right?
All right. Very well. Now, our adventure continues. Deep below the surface of the dead warrens, our heroes find themselves in a chamber surrounded by mud. As you approach the severed legs, relieved that you managed to find yet another piece of this corpse, this large tendril rises up out of the mud, followed by another and another. A strange and foul odor begins to stretch out over our group. As you look and see the maws of a great and terrible creature, an Otyug. It turns and unleashes this terrifying, foul, odorous belch. And as it does, we're going to roll initiative. As you have managed to wander into its den and are playing with its food. Alright, first on our list is Padrig. What does our gunslinger do, seeing this creature rising up out of the mud?
All right. Is this the same one we fought before?
It appears to have a lot of the similar wounds. It does indeed look as though it is staring at you with a modicum of recognition.
Oh, God, this bastard again. Sorry, buddy. We didn't have a good time last time, and I'm going to shoot you again. This is just a nasty thing, so I will take a shot. I've got a regular bullet loaded, two-handed with my Jezzail.
All right. You let loose a single shot, which fires. As it does so, it launches across the mud and into the large body of this creature.
All right. That's a hit.
All right, roll your damage. Boom! 8 points of damage as a wound appears on it. All right, you have 2 more actions remaining.
Yep. Reload with a regular bullet, and I'll take another shot.
All right, you reload and fire yet again. Ooh, this time a miss. As you've struck at it, instead of hitting it, you seem to have hit some of the refuse that clings to its body.
Gross. All right, that's all I got.
All right, done and done, which means we move on to Holly.
I remember this thing, and I really, really, really do not like this thing. It tried to eat me.
It did try to eat you.
It definitely tried to eat me. I'm going to stay out of melee range and hopefully not get eaten this time. So Holly's going to stay back in the corner she is in and go for her crossbow and pull that out. No daggers this time.
Mm-hmm.
And she is going to shoot.
All right. Make your attack as the crossbow flies across the bow. Did you fix it? It seems to still go wide.
Not well enough.
All right. So, yep, second
I'm going to
attack.
try one more time.
Yep, go for it. Yet again, the arrow is not seeming to find purchase anywhere. The arrow is hitting, but like I said, the structure of this creature is just covered in mud, bits of like bodies and corpses there. And while you think it sinks into the flesh of the creature, it is sunk into the flesh of likely a bit of leftovers strapped around its mouth and its jowls.
gonna glare at the crossbow for a minute because I'm not sure about that right now. I thought I fixed it. I'm gonna glare at it.
It's definitely the crossbow. It's 100% it's the crossbow. All right. Next up, Quinn.
I would like to move a little closer and take a swing with Stormblade.
All right, you are pretty close, but as you take your half step forward to thrust Stormblade into the body of this creature, it manages to find one of the opened holes that have been made by your by your crossbow fairy and your gunslinger, and you attack into its opening as lightning crackles from your blade.
Arcing over him and dealing 13
Nice.
points of damage.
13 points of damage channels through its body. The creature lets loose a cry of pain. All right, so that's your first attack.
For my second, may I use my natural 20?
Of course you may.
Thank you.
All right, digging deep. Describe what you do.
Pull back my blade with all the strength that I have, and I see the lightning arcing over the tip, and I swing as hard as I might straight at his tentacly face.
All right, very well. You see this split kind of appear in the mud. Now you can actually see the kind of almost mustard-colored yellow leather of its real flesh, no longer obscured. As you strike at it, land your critical hit. To drop your damage, hold down left shift as you do so, and it will automatically crit for you. In addition, please give me a number between 1 to 5.
I would like 3, please.
Ooh, 20 points of damage. A sizable blow. You hear the lightning crash. Almost like a natural lightning strike. 1, 2, 3. Why you flipped that way? There you go. Alright. Slashing weapon. Triple damage. Please land another hit. As when you cut into it, you basically it's a jagged wound.
Ooh, nice.
Alright, and that is an additional 12 points of damage. So that is a total of 32 damage from this lightning crash of an attack. The Archduke is not at all impressed at the outcome here. You do have one last act. Oh no, yeah, you do have one last action because you were next to it as you started, so you haven't moved yet.
I'm gonna move back a bit.
Is that the way you're gonna move, in that general direction?
Yeah,
All
but
right,
not into the pit.
Yeah, I'll need you to make me a reflex save as you step
schnapps.
into the mud. Originally, it kind of looks like it's just mud, and it might not be that deep. It's actually quite substantially deep, and actually is a sinkhole sucking things deep into it.
Oh, so for reflex, are we doing athletics, acrobatics? I don't see. I apologize.
Okay,
if
no,
it's a
that's
thing.
fine, that's fine. Okay, so let's have a look at the sheet because a lot of my fans we play D&D as well. So in Pathfinder, instead of saving throws based on your stats,
Oh, I see it.
on your main page, there will be 3 stats: your fortitude, your reflex, and your will. Fortitude refers to kind of like your health. Reflex refers to your ability to dodge, and will is kind of like your resistance to magic spells and stuff like that. Yeah, so there you go. Sorry, that's not just for you, that's also for the folks at home.
Yeah, no,
Go.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Will a 22 keep me from going
Absolutely.
splat?
Absolutely. As you step into the mud, your reflexes quickly find that as your foot starts to sink, you haven't put all your weight on it, and you've quickly shifted your weight back to your front leg, which is still on the platform. So, but yeah, basically you're not quite getting sucked in. But you are still in the mud. This is difficult terrain, but you're there now. All right. Which brings us to our automaton ranger. Fido, it is your turn.
I am marking him as hunted prey. So with the outwit ability, that gives me bonuses with tracking him if we have to do that, but also gives me and Kane a +1 to armor class against him. So as he's doing that, I am quickly drawing my longbow and then laying into him with a couple of shots.
All right, make your shots.
Oof.
All right, that'll hit.
There's a hit. There's a hit. Yay! Ooh, there we go.
All right, the first arrow does 14 points of damage.
I lay into him again. Pew pew. Pew pew.
Ooh, the second one is a 15, which will not hit, I'm afraid.
Okay. And that is me being done.
All right, very well. Next up is the Otyugh. Now, the Otyugh's most heaviest damage seems to have come from Quinn. And the Otyugh seems to be somewhat afraid of engaging with Quinn. However, Fido is the next person to have done damage, and his damage was not quite as devastating. You watch as it moves, it begins to shake off some of that mud. This is a free action to do, and everyone is going to need to make me a fortitude save, which I can get to roll for yourselves. Here we go. Quinn gets a critical failure. Oh, I was going to roll it, but that's fine.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine, that's fine. Alright, everyone will succeed except for Quinn, which, the smell of the Otyugh will simply sicken you. Because it's a critical failure, you also acquire a -2 penalty on resisting diseases for the time being. Ooh. So there you go. Sorry, I just saw that from Phoenixy Wacky. Phoenixy Wacky is doing a Spelljammer game coming up. That's very exciting. I'm hoping to get into a Spelljammer game myself, but we're not talking about it yet. Shh, I'm working out some details. All right. The creature. What is the creature going to do? I want to drag the metal man into the mud and drag him down and eat him. Alright, let's do that. Alright, Fido. A tendril. Oh, that's not going to do. Jinx point, I am going to use for this because a 2, it shall not be. At least I hope not.
Chicken bone, chicken bone, chicken bone, chicken bone.
Alright, that is a 28 to hit. This large Otyugh tendril with hooks in it reaches out and swipes at you. It deals a very paltry 7 points of damage. However, the tendril immediately grabs hold of you. Alright. As you are grabbed, you are then immediately constricted. A crushing weight begins to fall behind you as your bones begin to strain against the tendril. It then automatically deals 11 points of damage to you.
Shit.
Before the creature uses its final action to sink into the mud.
Wow.
You watch as Fido disappears below the very, very thick, foul-smelling liquid. Fido, I'm not going to give you a saving throw for this. I am simply going to give you the sickened condition.
Okay.
You're an automaton. You don't need to breathe, right?
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 That's actually a good question. Do you need to breathe?
Right?
Let's see. Construct body. Your physiology is different than others. You do not need to eat or drink. You do not need to sleep. You still need a daily period. Doesn't say you don't need to breathe. I believe you will still need some ventilation, and you will need to intake oxygen at some point or another. So, which means you are currently suffocating underneath. Now, keeping in mind, while the mud is deep and you do not know how it is not, and I'm going to say this generally, the Otyugh is not swimming. Okay, just FYI, it's a big, heavy, three-legged creature. It's definitely not swimming, but it is definitely completely submerged. Okay, we now return to the top of the round. Padrig, you've watched your compatriot be swallowed by the mud.
All right, let's see. What can I do here? I'm thinking this mud is probably a little too much for prestidigitation to clean up.
Yeah, probably a little.
But would I... Well, the first thing I'm going to do is reload my gun. So that'll be one action. Do I have a good sense of at least where it was when it sunk? Like, would I be able to see if the mud is like rippling, if it moved or anything, or did it just go and it's under the mud?
I'd say you would have seen like the mud displace like downward, and then like re-plateau out. So now it's just kind of like there.
Okay, but it doesn't look like, as far as I can tell, it just sunk and it didn't move anywhere.
Perhaps.
I'll try and take a shot down there. There's not really much else I can do.
All right, roll a percentage for me, please.
Percentage. Let's see, that's right. Clicking on this and percentage. 94.
Oh, beautiful. Actually, that will hit. As you shoot the mud randomly, you don't see any effect. But please roll your damage. In the chat,
Okay.
not on the creature.
– 11 points of damage to something. Hopefully not Fido.
All right.
All right, and then I'll just reload again. Be like, I don't know. I think I maybe hit something, but
All right.
it's kind of muddy down there.
Holly, it's up to you. What do you do?
I am not liking this. Is there anything I can do to be sure? Because I can see where Padrig shot. Is there anything that I can use to figure out if he's shooting in the right place?
Unfortunately, no. But you know the creature was quite large. So it's not just where Padrig shot, but there's a wider area. You know, it's a good chance that if you shoot in that area, you might hit him.
Okay, I'm going for the shot and hoping I don't shoot Fido.
All right, roll a percentage.
Okay. It's not a good percentage.
33 is exactly what you needed to hit. All right, deal your damage. Roll it in chat, and I will apply it.
Okay.
All right. Fido, the arm goes slack. And you manage to free yourself. You pull yourself up to the surface, breaching it, still, covered in this, thick slurry of mud and decay. As you pull yourself out of the muck, the creature is dead, having been killed by unknown sources. You believe likely Padrig and Holly were firing down at it. It definitely also succumbed to the incredible blows that Quinn had dealt as well. So yeah, you kind of pull yourself out, and you can see the others as you do so.
Thank you for the assistance.
I will also now cast prestidigitation on him since he's covered in mud, just to clean him off.
Very well.
Yeah, let me give you a hand there.
Thank you for that as well. And I go to kind of clear out the exhaust ports where my breathing happens. All right.
All right.
Those things are so unpleasant.
Yes. The worst
I think it
part
was the
is
same one, though. Really do.
from up,
Which,
from up top.
yeah. It looked like it looked like it'd already been in a fight. I kind of saw some familiar looking wounds. I don't know. Maybe I'm just hopeful that there's only one of these things in the city and we've finally gotten rid of it, but I'm not going
It's
to
sticky,
place a bet on that.
gross, and it smells bad. And I don't want to be in this room anymore. Can we get the legs and go, please?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I just do a quick survey of the parts and make sure that the legs are the only Shoanti body parts in this area?
Yes, you may. Taking a little bit of time, you search around and make sure that there are no extra bits and pieces. Sure enough, it seems as though the only evidence of the body remaining is the one that you have in the wheelbarrow. This does, however, bring most of the body now in your possession, but there are still more missing. At least one arm and the head are still yet to be found. The Darrow who told you about this area told you that anything that wasn't used was cast in here so that the Otyug could eat it, which means that there is still a good likelihood that the other bits and pieces are here as well, because the wheelbarrow wasn't touched or anything.
Right, and she gave us directions to a second location. Does anyone, because I don't remember.
Oh, she says that if you just head further in and to the north, that is where the where you fought the golem, basically. That area there is where the necromancer is.
All right. So if it wasn't used, it's tossed in here, and all we found in here was the legs. Does that imply that the rest of the parts were used?
Or does it imply the rest of the parts already got eaten and we need to dive into the mud and pull the corpse out and cut it open and find its stomach?
It implies that it's likely been used. Again, the wheelbarrow hadn't been touched or handled. The Otyug is definitely not a delicate eater. If again, you can see how it moves and stuff like that. So if it had taken any body parts from the wheelbarrow, it likely would have taken the whole wheelbarrow and just...
Chomp, chomp.
It's not just like, I think maybe I'll just nibble a toe today.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely not that kind of picky eater.
All right. So we got the legs from here, and the rest we're going to have to do some more disassembly of these flesh golems. Ugh.
When we came down here, I can't remember, did we come through the pathway that Kane is at now, or did we jump down from something else? I forgot.
No, you came from where Kane came around.
All right. Well, let's...
Yeah. Now, if you wish to return to where you were, if you continue to head to the east on the map, presuming up is north, you'll eventually come to the area that you fought the carrion golem with the table with the two X's on it. That is where beyond there is where the Darrow told you your next location would likely be. So if you guys would like to, you may move yourselves back in that general direction.
Right.
I'll maybe
follow Quinn because she's got the light.
Oh, you're just running all the way over there.
Yeah. You guys have cleared all this area, so that's fine. Let me just move these guys over here. There we go.
go up in there?
All right, there you go. Okay, so this is where you fought the large carrion golem, a Frankenstein-like creature whose arm and torso was that of the Shoanti warrior. You managed to, well, basically that just leaves an arm and some legs in here, but yeah, apart from that, that is where you are. All right.
Did we go this way by where Fido currently is? Did we go down that
We
path?
did not. That was the direction we have not gone yet.
Correct.
All right, and that's also where the one female Darrow witch, I think it was, that we found in here. That's where she ran off to. Is that direction?
Yes.
Which doesn't seem like a very scientific term. But yes.
Science witches.
Yeah, so we didn't feel like following her. We explored the other places. We've got like 3/4 of this guy. We're just missing an arm and a head, right?
Yes. So we head this way.
Yep. I mean, lead the way.
All right, please move yourselves in 5-foot increments, and I will tell you when and where you can stop. As our heroes make their way through the narrow tunnels, this area here is unworked stone, having been dug out, likely by some manner of beast or creature. The Darrows themselves might have been able to work here, but it is hard entirely to say exactly who might be responsible for making these tunnels. 2 pathways lie before them. One to the north, which seems to lead upwards on a ramp, and one to the south that seems to lead deeper into the caverns. There's the sound of moving, heavy footsteps coming from the south. Not close, but closer than any noise you can hear from the north.
I'm going to try to, from this point on, after hearing that, as you stated, I am going to start moving quieter, and I'm going to motion to the others to move quietly as possible.
All right, the group may make a stealth check.
All right.
All right. So, as you guys begin to move quietly, Quinn.
Yes. And I'm
As you
having-
actually, yeah. So Quinn, as you are making your way, moving through the tunnels, your shirt gets caught on one of the rocks. You kind of instinctively give it a tug, because in your mind you're like in the tunnels. This is a Darrow. A Darrow's got my arm. You tug and you pull to try and pull it free, and you knock some of the stones and rocks away. It causes some of them to like just sort of clatter on the ground. The noise that you heard from up ahead seems to quiet for a moment.
I put, can you guys see me? Who is that right there? Is that Patrick? I put a hand up so that to let you know to stop.
All right.
And I don't know why I'm doing it way over here, but I put a hand up like this. And then I go 1 minute. I motion to myself, eyes, and then point to the direction to indicate that I'm going to take a quick look.
Okay. I'll give you a thumbs up. And I'll turn back and whisper to Quinn. I'm like, I'm not sure what he did, but I think he's walking ahead. I don't know why he couldn't just whisper to me, but he gave some weird hand signals.
Okay.
So I move to here. I also, while I'm here, I'd like to make some kind of a tracking check to see if possible, to see if I can tell if anybody has recently been through this way.
Sure. Make a survival check as you make your way forward.
Ugh.
You can't tell. It's all covered in dirt and the like, and likely this is a thoroughfare that many people have traveled through. Timestamps are impossible for you to be able to ascertain just simply from looking at the ground.
Right. I come down to about right here. Take a quick look.
Okay, you do not see anything.
Then I come back to the party. And I whisper. There is an opening, looks like a potentially larger cave to the south.
Well, if you want me to describe the cave, I can.
Sure.
A foul-smelling cavern bordered by several what looks to be pits in the chamber beyond. There is the smell of excrement and decay from these pits, and the sounds of soft moaning coming from inside of them.
I relate this to you guys.
Well, that sounds horrible.
Are you ready for a fight?
I don't think they let these things just kind of wander around. I mean, the one that we encountered was locked in a closet.
Oh, allow me to rephrase. It is not the sounds of. It's more of the sounds of. Slightly
What
different.
if they don't? What if they don't always wait for people to die?
Yeah, it sounds like there could be people in trouble. Well, let's just go see what the hell it is. I mean,
All right.
pits full of moaning could just really there's just a gamut that could run.
This is true. If it is some sort of prison or a bunch of cells, there could be guards or something of that nature. So we still would want to be quiet nonetheless.
Oh
Yes?
yeah, no, I'm not gonna go like running in saying, "Hey, anyone need a rescue?" We'll go quietly.
Or maybe not throw rocks on the ground this time.
Well,
Quinn rolls her eyes. Like, wow, I didn't realize that that Holly was so mean. I thought you were an optimist who loved things in life, not some sort of jerk.
She's just grumpy because she doesn't have her wings yet. Once she does, she'll be a better person.
I just think we need to be quiet.
Is this like fairy puberty?
Fairy puberty. It's like every now. It's like all of a sudden you just see this 5 o'clock shadow of sprinkles, like hundreds and thousands.
My God, there's glitter everywhere.
It'll be glitter, yeah.
It's like, God, stay out of my acorn. Gah. You don't understand my music. It's all about tin whistles now. It's very cute. I love it. Someone please design fairy puberty as a thing. What happens to a fairy?
All right, so I'll motion to come along and I'll start heading down.
Sorry, one more. Listen, literally blossoming into an adult. Ha, because they're fairies. Sorry, I'm done. Okay. All right. You begin to make your way to the corridor to the south. As the music changes. All right.
Ooh.
Fido. The light that seems to stream from Quinn illuminates this area a little bit better. You still see nothing as you enter the chamber.
Oh, okay. Ah!
Yeah, look, I know you can see my screen. Get out of here.
No, it's not when I came down.
Oh no. I'm fine. I'm like you ain't avoiding this. Behind the wall as you enter, you can see that there are not 2 pits but 3 pits to this chamber. And as soon as you make your way on the other side here, you are attacked somewhat. Not attacked, but you are grabbed at. Make a... Oh, actually, what is... Never mind. Ignore me. You're grabbed. Okay.
What just happened?
You're
You're grabbed.
There was a little. Okay.
All right. 1 second.
Ah.
While I put this on real quick. Come on, you.
And I apologize, but could you give me the map again, pretty please? I know.
Yes.
Thank you.
There you are. Now you have the map.
Where, Quinn?
Okay. So, all of a sudden, this large hand comes out from the side of the pit and grabs hold of Fido as what looks to be a giant ogre. His face looking like several layers of melted skin. Almost like this guy was Quasimodo if Quasimodo's wax statue was left in the sun for too long. That is what you are fundamentally looking at. As you see this creature. Is there the music going? I'm not hearing it. Yeah,
I hear some.
Okay, good. All right, sweet. All right. He says, "Oh you, you not belong here. Cabbage head crushed you."
There's no need to do that, Cabbage Head.
Need
We're not-
crush you.
Very well. I'll pull out my short sword and stab him.
All right. Make your attack as you go to stab him. You
Boom.
stab him in the hand, which he grabs you with. All right. Roll your damage.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. He responds by going, "Ow!" and will attempt to eat you.
We're going to break your teeth.
He does hit you with his jaws. And as he does, he deals 15 damage to you. And tears off a chunk and heals 4 hit points. As he pulls out this large, inky chunk off you. This was just kind of the reactionary round here. But before we jump into this, Padrick, Holly, and Quinn, you kind of see this very, very short exchange as Fido was grabbed. How do you guys react?
Well, shit.
Good reaction.
I will.
Well done.
No, I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna make sure that I have a round chambered.
Yep. Your last action was reloading, so your gun is cocked. Holly?
I've got my daggers out and I'm kind of shrinking into the wall to hopefully be as unnoticed as possible. So hopefully my stealth is still intact.
Your stealth is still intact. You haven't been noticed, and you can't see him either. So it's like kind of you're around the corner, but you've seen the hand reach out and just sort of, well, not yank him, but you know what I mean. It wasn't a like it was more of a like it was power. Quinn?
I'm going to take this moment to study him. You said that he was sort of like the melted wax figure of Quasimodo. Does he have any visual impairments, weaknesses that I can discern just from a...
You may make your roll. For those of you who want to see, this is the creature.
Yikes.
He's cute.
Otherwise known as Cabbage Head.
Perception, presumably.
Don't you need with study target? That's just a D20, isn't it?
Well, if I was devising a stratagem, I was deliberately not, but I could.
Okay. All right, yeah, no, that's fine. Sure, I would say that even without that, your powers of observation are quite sharp, and this creature is likely going to be something that you are going to know some stuff about. So first of all, I would say that you would notice that some of the growths over his eyes make it very difficult for him to see. While it doesn't seem to impair him in that particular way, it may be able to be exploited later on. In addition, you know that this creature is not a... it kind of is a giant, okay? but it's not a full-blooded giant. This is a hybrid of an ogre and a human. These ogrekin are malformed, barely. It's okay. I don't want to get into too much details because ogres in Pathfinder are gross. But imagine, if you would, the hills have eyes kind of thing. Lots of inbreeding, lots of grotesquerie, lots of body horror. That is what an ogre is. This is the product of an ogre's encounter with a human at some point or another.
Okay. That's helpful. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Good. All right. In which case, let's go into initiative as we fly in. Now, Holly, do you want to use your stealth or do you want to use your perception for your initiative?
Stealth, please.
Okay, cool. I'm going to roll this. Then please roll your stealth initiative on your front page. All right. Very well. Okay, cool. This means we are going to be starting with Fido.
Okay. What do I need to do to get him to let go of me?
You need to break his grapple with an athletics check.
Ha ha ha. That's funny. Okay, I'll try that. Let's see.
Oops, hold on before I do that. Okay, the DC that you need to beat is... Where's your fort save, buddy? 24 is your DC.
Oh, jeez, I can't even get that with a natural 20.
Well, he is a giant. So
True,
you try
this is true.
So, but you would attempt it first and foremost. So as you try to pull his thumbs and pull his fingers apart to try to wrest yourself free, you realize that his grip is unshaking. You have stabbed him in the hand, and he is bleeding from the hand. But again, it's almost like these roiling kind of boils of flesh. Your knife is doing damage, but not like, again, not offset by his very, very thick-handed grip on you.
Right.
All right, that is one action to try and break free. What would you want to do?
I'm going to try to stab at his thumb so that he can't grip as well.
Would you like to add a hero point to this in order to petition the GM for something extra? Otherwise, you just make the attack.
Yes, that sounds like a wonderful idea. I forget about how things work.
Yep, there's basically petitioning the hero points for extra stuff. So, for example, in this case, your attack would normally just entitle you to damage. However, you could say, for a hero point, can I make an attack against it? Well, you can even say to try and cut off his thumb with a hero point. And if you do so, his grip would loosen. It would greatly lower the DC for you breaking free, because he'd have to use 4 fingers to do so.
Right. All right. That is what I wish to do. So roll for an attack then?
Yes, this is the second attack of your sequence, but you may...
Ooh.
You know what? I'm going to try my Jinx point. Give that a reroll if you'd be so kind.
This is considered the second attack then?
It's still the second attack, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that'll do it. All right. So make your so in lieu of damage, his thumb is now removed. You take out your blade and you cut loose his thumb. You are still grappled. However, he now takes a permanent -5 on checks made to grab or maintain his grapple with that particular hand. You will likely... you've got one more action, which you can use to break free. This is your third attack, but... so, yeah, third and then your athletics. So you'll take a -10.
Shit.
Ooh, unfortunately, a 10 is still not enough. You basically need to get a 19 on your check to break free.
Okay.
We then go to Cabbage Head. Cabbage Head goes... and is going to attempt to swallow you. Holly sits there and goes,
That's usually me.
Right.
Tommy this time.
Okay, so this is an athletics check. You do get a +5. Oh no, I have to go against your reflex save. So I need to get a -5 on this one. Okay, one moment. -5. There we go. Swallow whole. Let's see how he goes. Oh, wait. No, you fail. You do not stop from being swallowed.
Oh, geez.
That's not right, is it? What's your reflex? No, that is your reflex save. And you needed to get... oh, wait, no. Hold on. I did that wrong. Let me try again. Okay, because this is a reflex save from you. You get a +5 because of this. Okay, that's better. That makes more sense. Okay.
So am I...
Okay.
No,
let me check. Yeah,
reflex?
So it is an athletics check versus your reflex save. No, that's right. Is it? What? Oh, no, yeah, it's versus the reflex DC. Okay, no. Okay, I'm good. He doesn't grapple. He doesn't swallow you.
Okay.
It's all good.
Okay.
That was a roller coaster.
It was a roller coaster of emotions. Okay. What he will do, however, is he is going to try and continue. Actually, no, he's going to try again. He's going to keep trying to eat you.
I don't taste good.
Okay. Here we go. So
I'm not the one you want to eat. It's Holly.
Okay, so that's a -5. Okay, cool. There we go. So athletics checks versus you, and he gets a critical failure.
Oh, yes. He breaks his teeth on my steel's hide.
Well, I was gonna drop you, but if you want, he can break some of his teeth. I mean, he's got like
I'll take drop.
He's got 3 rows. He's happy to lose some teeth. All right, let's see. That is. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, he as he bites into you, he takes damage. He takes. He takes
Bit the
11
side of
points.
his cheek.
No, Mimori bites his hand as he goes. Arr! And let's try one last attempt. He's probably going to crit fumble again, but he is not the brightest spark here. And that will still fail, but not critically fail. All right. That is what Cabbagehead is doing. He is trying to eat our dear friend. Holly, you are stealthed and away from sight as you can hear the sounds of gnashing teeth and a large creature just beyond the chamber below.
Is his arm still sticking out? Can I still see the hand?
It is not sticking out, no.
Okay. So I saw the hand kind of draw back when Fido broke free.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay. Well, I had my daggers ready, and I think I still kind of want to go for the daggers. So I'm going to move around the corner.
Yep, not a problem.
Because I still don't know what that thing is. I know it's very large, though. So yeah, there we go. And then I'm going to look up and up and up and immediately regret my decision. But it is too late. I have committed. So I am going for the dagger attack. I've already decided.
All right, make your attack.
All right.
All right. Holly turns around the corner, blades in hand, a flash of steel, and a soft whiff as you pass by. Because mostly you can see that Fido is trying to be eaten, and suddenly this flashback of multiple occasions where Holly had almost been subsumed by these various creatures. Holly is kind of, what's the word? Reasonably cautious. Yeah, this is not a little bit of trauma here. Yeah, this is not an unreasonable reaction to be like, I don't really want to get eaten again. You do have a hero point though, if you wish to use it.
Not yet, but I'm gonna go for the attack again because I'm committed. But I'm a little worried.
Second attack. Let's see what happens. That is another miss, unfortunately. So these two strikes, it's kind of almost more defensive, like you're trying to keep him away from you more than anything else. But that is your attack. As we then go to Quinn.
These are walls on either side of Padrig, are they not?
They are indeed.
Can I get through?
You
can
can
I
get
get
through.
through?
Padrig will, unless
Okay.
Padrig stops you, yes, you can pass through ally squares.
I just scooch up against the wall.
Suck it in. All right, so I'm going to go for that fleshy, jowly neck with Stormblade. Let's see if I can get
Alright, now
the
keeping
map.
in mind, Holly is in that square. If you'd want to, I'd recommend moving around so that you're kind of over here. Doesn't make much of a difference, but it means that you won't be suffering a penalty when you attack.
Right, that's perfect. I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's all right. Also,
All right.
Bandai has just tipped $10. Thank you so much for the kind donation. Tell us where you would like to donate the $10 to. Would you like to give hero points to people? Would you like to draw a plot twist? Let me know in chat, and I will undergo it. All right. Quinn stabs with Stormblade. And as that happens, unfortunately, the creature, despite its large size, seems to be quite nimble on his feet, rotating and swiftly moving his mass away from the shocking edge. You have one final action.
You're very graceful, Cabbage Head.
Cabbage Head, learn ballet for mum. Supposed to be in pageants. Cabbage Head, beautiful baby.
She must be very proud.
No, she horror. Pageant mom. Mm.
Ah, so sorry.
Apologies to all pageant moms out there. What's that show with that woman that does like the dance choreographies and stuff for like pageant moms and stuff, and they're all freaking
Oh, I don't know.
Oh my god.
Toddlers
Yeah.
and tiaras? That's not it.
I don't
Is
know. It's just
No,
yeah,
that's the
like
beauty contest.
yeah, this
Oh, yeah,
like I know
right.
Honey Boo Boo was one, but then there was this other one that I was watching where it was like these parents were just so backstabby. Like they were like, you know, talking about how like their kid, I think it was Dance Moms. Yeah, I think it was Dance Moms. It was like, holy crap. It was like, yeah, they were just like trying to like they're kids and they're trying to like stop people from like you know, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get my kid on the center stage, and in order to do that, I'm gonna tell everyone that his mom was like, you know, in an affair. Oh, it's like, what the hell, like, Jesus, lady, it's just dancing. Calm down.
It's almost scarier than this guy. It really is.
That's true. It's true. That's that. Well, that's what I want to imply. I want to imply that this guy's mom is scarier than he is. All right. We have from our dear friend Odd Bandicoot a plot twist. So we have 3 twist cards to draw. Oh my. Okay. I said I would take that out of the deck, but I never do. Okay. The 3 twist choices are: what are the odds? Covert operations, or lust. Those are the 3. Now, keeping in mind, lust is always treated in the same way as a romance card, not as the sin. Just FYI. No, Cabbage Head will likely not try to boink someone. Ooh, this interesting. Fido, vibrate. No. It's terrible. The lust card. Fido's like, no.
How did you find my attachments?
Shut me off. Shut me off. All right. What are the odds? That's going to be the case. All right. What are the odds, indeed? All right. We will continue going with Quinn's turn, and I will give it some contemplation.
I actually have nothing else I can do. I've taken 2 swings and I've moved, so that's it for me.
All right, very well. The 2 swings and the move. We then move to Padrig.
All right, Patrick will unmute first off. I'm gonna move to where I've got a better line of sight on him.
Okay.
Is he still holding Fido?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to use my hero point then and see if I can shoot him in a way that gets him to drop him.
Easy done. All right. Make your attack, and should you succeed, you will get him to drop. Oh, that is a critical hit. So yes, indeed. In fact, not only do you get him to drop him, you actually blow apart his hand, which is now non-functional. Deal
Sweet.
your damage. And then give... actually, you know what? You don't get a crit. That'll be your critical effect, is that you will destroy his hand rather than get him to drop. All right.
I'm down with that.
Shit.
All right. 20 points of damage.
Hey, you got two hands.
All right.
You,
Fido,
you still got one that's good.
You are dropped to the ground. As we will go... Patrick, you've got one last turn.
I'm gonna reload.
All right. All right. Patrick, ready for the next round as we go to Fido.
All right. Not liking these iron deficient creatures that keep on trying to eat me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Run far away for one action, and then my other two actions, I'm going to start.
Before you get too far away.
It. I was hoping not.
Yeah, no. Good try though. If I take my turns fast enough, maybe Dad won't react. Well, sadly. Well, actually. Plot twist. What are the odds? The creature, as his arm is blown away by Patrick, is weeping in pain. He reaches into the pit. And as he does so, you hear the sounds of a strange clockwork mechanical device that spews and belches smoke. It has teeth like an animal as it rises its fist upwards. And you watch as attached to the stump of this creature is now a large chainsaw.
Did you get that from S-Mart?
Yes. Yes, he did.
Oh, man.
Groovy. All right. So, yeah. Texas Chainsaw Massacre style. All right. So, what are the odds? This is what happens. Now, I need Fido to make a reflex save, as you are going to try and roll underneath the this large, toothy chainsaw.
Bless America.
All right,
20.
that will work. So yes, you do manage to get over by Patrick as the chainsaw does not manage to hit you.
Yay. I shoot, poo poo, pew pew. Well, not pew. Oh, come on.
That'll hit still. All right.
Did you see that?
All right, very nice. That is 11 points of damage as you manage to launch your attack and it hits.
Another attack.
All right.
Oh.
That second one will, however, miss, bringing us swiftly to Cabbage Head. Now, Cabbage Head does have the chainsaw, and he sees Quinn, and he sees Holly. Holly, you get this bad feeling. Super bad feeling. Because he can heal himself. But in order to heal himself, he has to eat people.
Oh no.
What a shock. I was not seeing this coming at all.
So I'm gonna do it once. I'm gonna try it once. So it is gonna try and eat one of you. I'm gonna roll odds and evens. Odds is Holly. Evens is Quinn. Evens. It's gonna go for Quinn. See, there you go. Alright, Quinn. A set of large chompers descend upon you, but do not manage to find purchase. The giant uses its chainsaw and is going to swing down at Holly. With a big hit. That is 12 points of damage as the chainsaw strikes and tears. It is then going to use its third action to use its chainsaw on Quinn, which will miss as it just swings and hits the wooden stone ground. That is all. While this weapon is powerful, it is still very cumbersome and very difficult to use. All right, that brings us to Holly.
Okay. Holly wants to get into a better position, and this dude is huge, and she wants to get away from the chainsaw and the eating. The eating's not good. So she is going to make the acrobatic maneuver of actually, because the chainsaw is swung away from her, she wants to climb up, not like get a hold of his arm as it's on the downswing on Quinn, flip up onto his shoulder and kind of around him, and then go for a double backstab.
All right, I will take a hero point for that, but yes, I will allow it.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Make a acrobatics check.
Oh no, it went off though. I made it a little too vigorous. Let's try that again.
All right, you successfully managed to crawl up the arm and over onto the back between the shoulders of Cabbage Head. You may now make your attack, and you are flanking, meaning that you, let me just add the flat-footed condition to him when you make your attack. There you go. Done. Go ahead. That will hit. Deal your damage as you get behind and stab him in the back with the daggers. All right. Very nice. All right. You have one last action.
Let's stab him in the back again.
All right. Go for it. Ooh, that does not quite do it. All right. Quinn, you are up next. Quinn, you notice something with your... Because you know how you were noticing weaknesses before? He's missing a hand.
Wow. Do I notice that because it's spurting blood or because there's a chainsaw buzzing away where his hand used to be?
It's because you're an investigator and you're just that inside. Well, most specifically...
Amazing.
Well, more specifically, he is not immune to the effects of the chainsaw either.
Oh.
Well, the penny's dropped for you.
Yeah. Well, the penny being dropped. Okay, well, insight bonus. If you cause this person to fall prone at any point in time, he will likely land on the chainsaw, turning himself into some sort of fine minced chowder. As courtesy from Odd Bandicoot. And what are the odds?
Why, thank you, Odd Bandicoot. I'm gonna go after his Achilles tendon with Stormblade.
Ooh, nice. You will need to jump into the pit for that to happen, but I'm happy for you to do so if that is okay.
Yeah.
All right. Not a worry. All right, make your attack, and I will take your hero point if you want to allow you to cut through the tendon, causing him to fall if you succeed.
Yes, please.
All right, let's make it happen.
Go, 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 go.
20!
Go.
Roll your damage on the back of the... roll your damage as you slice through the back of the calf muscle. The Achilles tendon snaps. He takes only 6 damage, but as he hits the ground, he leans forward and tries to catch himself, and you just hear a horrifying sound of grinding metal as he then takes 25 excess damage. Landing on the chainsaw he tries to grab the kind of shelf with. You just hear this grinding noise, and suddenly this large body is no more and not moving.
Oh. Sorry, Cabbage Head. Don't eat my friends.
He'll never walk the parade runway again.
Oh.
Poor Cabbage Head. Okay. No, that's okay. He ate cats. Screw that guy. All right. So anyway,
He didn't seem nice.
so yes,
Hey.
yeah. Carry on.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, can I see what we thought were the sounds of people in distress? Is there anything like that?
Yes, you can see that there are 2 frightened and malnourished, sickly humans who have been imprisoned for weeks. Again, today I'm struggling with losing my voice, so I am not going to roleplay this particular scene, but I will tell you that they inform you that they were kidnapped by the Darrow, and you can notice that that one of them has lost an arm. They said that there were 6 of them originally, and that this man, this individual, he called himself Rolf, was slicing people up and using them for his experiments. We are the only 2 that remain, barely surviving. Unless you have anything to ask them specifically, I presume you're happy to let them leave and maybe tell the gods what had happened.
And
Yeah.
give them some food and water on their way.
I will actually, since it's never ending and they look like they're in bad condition, let them have a sip from the philosopher's extractor just to get them in tip-top shape. And maybe we take us a couple of minutes because it regenerates every minute. So we can just stand here for a few minutes and get everyone the benefit of who needs it, the benefit of a lesser healing potion.
It's less about a lesser healing potion and more just about malnutrition. Healing potions,
Okay.
Actually, this is a good point because I think this is a good PSA for Dag. If you are a prospective GM and you want to deal with like hit points and damage and stuff like that, I always treat it as this: anything that would be considered to be a critical wound will be healed by the use of a healing potion. However, there are certain things that would happen that won't be restored by a healing potion. These are what I like to call the restorative injuries. Things like damaging organs, things like removing limbs and stuff like that need regeneration spells. So if you as a GM ever need a scene where someone must die, you know, like yes, come closer, my son, I will tell you this. You know, if they're not dying of old age, if they're like in the middle of a battle and they're like, I'll cast heal wounds. It's like, yes, no, you will heal the wounds. However, his liver, his stomach, his lungs have been destroyed and you cannot save him with a healing potion. So stuff like that can definitely happen. In this particular case, these guys are malnourished more than anything else. The limb that has been severed has been treated, so they're not currently suffering any wounds from it. So a healing potion.
Yeah, I was thinking more about
so you
that.
would know, so you would know a healing potion wouldn't have any effect here. But I presume that given the nature of what you were trying to do, you would give them some food and some drink before they leave, which will definitely go a long way to helping them in terms of their survival. You've also cleared the way behind you, so they can get out without any trouble.
All right. I will give some to Fido though.
Thank you.
He is definitely in the first the wounded category. Fido, you drink the potion, consume it, and it does seem to take effect. I don't know if automatons have any penalties on using healing potions or anything like that. I don't think they do, but I'll let you manage that if there's anything. But yes, da-da-da-da.
All right.
So happily take one as well.
Yeah, I mean it regenerates every minute, right?
Every minute as long as we drink it right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna wait here and drink another potion. Well, mostly, more importantly, are you going to wait around for more potions?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. No, you can. No. Sorry. This isn't a.
Yeah.
Are you gonna just sit around on your head? No. This is a. Are you gonna take like what is effectively a short rest to heal up?
Yes.
If you are, that is not a problem. Fido will heal the rest of his hit points in due course. I would say between that, let's say an average of 7, so that would be about 10 minutes. About 10 minutes to get enough potions to deal with his
Okay.
stuff.
I'm good with
During this period
Not
of
to
time,
be.
oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, during this period of time, you look around and see what you can find. One of the women that are in this room says that her name is Tiora, and please write this name down. It will be important later. She says that she is a thief in the city. She was kidnapped off the streets, but says that she has something that she was able to smuggle that she was hoping to be able to use, but she didn't really have the opportunity to for the same reason that the healing potion didn't work. She offers you a basically it's what looks to be a series of bullets, Padrick. And I know Padrick seems to be getting all the bullets. You know what? Let's make these crossbow bolts. There we go. These are alchemical crossbow bolts, each containing a potion of Cure Lesser. So basically, you shoot someone with this crossbow, the glass head breaks and heals their wounds.
I can shoot people to heal them?
Hmm? Yep.
Holly's
many-
very excited.
All right. So there you go. All right. So yes, there are 10 of these arrows, by the way.
Can I go halvesies?
You can go halvesies if you'd like.
I'm
Fine.
looking at Holly as I propose it.
We can go halvesies. It's
Okay.
fine.
Now each
Alright.
each arrow will heal 1d8. But that is it, not 1d8 plus. It'll just be a 1d8.
Does it
That's-
actually
that-
have an arrowhead, or is it more of a?
like I said,
Syringe.
it's more like a glass. Think of it like a contact-based healing potion. So
Got it.
you just need the glass will penetrate the clothing and then shatter harmlessly into like powder, and then it will just spray the salve, as it were, on the person, and the potion will just soak into their skin and heal them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than healing bullets.
Actually, you know what's really funny? I had a character who was just like, he was always hardcore. He was like basically Jekyll and Hyde, and he was an alchemist, and he would eat potion bottles, like the Viva La Dirt League thing. He would literally like it's like, I take my potion of healing, and he crunches on the glass, and it's like, yeah, you take 1d4 damage, cool. I heal 2d6, bring it on. And he just that's how he dealt with stuff. It was always really funny to watch this dude, because he was just like, yeah, it's like, dude, this guy's eating glass.
And what was the name again? Tiora?
Tiora,
Tiora.
as spelt by Odd Bandicoot correctly, Tiora. Tiora.
Okay.
Can I have my headphones back?
Sorry, did you say headphones?
Hit points.
Oh, hit points. Did I not give you your hit points back? Oh, yeah, there you go. Yep. Boom. There you go. All right. After 10 minutes of resting and recuperating, the two prisoners make their way very groggily out of the dead warrens. They hold each other's hands as they look out for each other, but thankfully, due to the efforts of our party, there is no dangers that lurk behind them. However, there are still a number of different passages. Now, to cut a pathway short, if you go to the right, it seems to go on indefinitely, and you know that that is likely not the case. The pathway northward, however, seems to lead you to a door. Which is over here. Oh, come back here. There you go.
Okay.
Beautiful. And Padrig. All right, there we go. All right. Boom. Okay. You come to a door.
Right. I will check to see if the door is locked.
I could check it for traps.
I step back and allow you to check it for traps.
Probably a pretty good idea.
All right, perception check as you check for traps. You find a trap. There is a on the door. You can actually see that there is a poisoned dart. That if you turn the handle the right way that you would normally turn, which is right, a dart will fly out and hit you in the eye. Likely a poison dart of some kind, but a dart nonetheless. If you flip it to the opposite end, away from how people would normally turn, that is the correct way of opening this door.
Okay.
Can I just disarm it entirely?
If you want to, yeah.
Yeah, let me just disarm it.
All right, make a thievery check as you attempt to disarm the door. A dart flies in your eye. Make a reflex save.
I get a +2 to my reflex save.
You may add your +2 to your reflex save before you roll.
Okay. Oh, son of a... I'm getting really frisky on the rolls. Okay, let's try that again.
Take this, Fantasy Grounds!
Did that not show up either?
It did not.
Okay.
It has to land in chat.
It landed in chat. Okay.
There we go. 19, nice.
Oh.
Yeah, you, as the dart flies out, you just manage to narrowly turn your head rather than try to dodge, and it hits the wall behind you. It's disabled. She's only had one dart.
Cricket. Got it.
Meant to do that. All right.
I
Good job.
disarmed
Bravo.
it.
All right.
I will
Beyond the
go on-
chamber. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Was someone saying something?
Nope. Go ahead.
Nope. Okay. Group inspiration from Laura Bones. Everyone will get an inspiration. This can be used as inspiration is used for rerolls. Okay. The nauseating mixture of decay and strange chemicals fills the air like a lingering cloud. Glinting saws, pliers, long needles for stitching and other surgical equipment lie organized here on various shelves and benches. The room supports a large humanoid shape, much like the one you had fought earlier. A patchwork creature of a dozen different bodies that stands nearly 7 foot tall. This creature here appears to have a nearly completed flesh golem structure, missing a few bits and pieces. However, you notice that the head is the smallest of the creatures in which this body is attached, and appears to have a distinctive scar upon its left cheek. Its skin a tanned color, and its head in a mohawk with a Shoanti headband tied across its brow.
But not the arm, just the head. Not to be greedy or
Just the head.
Okay.
There is
Mom,
Hey,
no,
every little bit counts.
this is the only thing in this room. There is nothing else. There are, however, to the west, 2 ways through. There's a door and a open passage leading westward and to the north.
Right. So is this a completed or
Partially completed.
so he's
So
not
it's-
functional?
It does not seem to be. You can try to
We
poke
can
it.
just. Yeah, can I check and see? Like, we need to take the head off, and I want to make sure it's
Um,
not going to fight back.
is it like strapped to this table?
It is strapped to the table, but judging based on the strength of the other one you fought, which tore apart a room with its bare hands, like, yeah, leather straps to try and keep these things down is like using a shirt to like tie down like a coke addict. It's you think it's a good idea, it's not gonna work.
Probably just to keep the bits together.
Yep, basically.
Okay. I'm gonna step back to over here.
I've
bow
been
drop.
smacked around enough by giants today, thank you. All right, Patrick, you walk up. You pull out Do you have like a knife or something?
I have a hatchet.
Sure. You pull out a hatchet. You look at one of its fingers. You kind of think this is probably be a good way. Thwop! You lop off one of the fingers. It does not seem to move or even flinch. It is dead. It is a hunk of dead meat that is as dead as they come.
All right. Well, let's take its head then.
All right.
That we need.
Without too much difficulties, you remove the stitching from the head and manage to pull it free of its shoulders. Yep. It's a dead body. It's the dead head of Gaten. Yep, it's now yours. Congratulations.
I'll put it in the bag with the rest of the bits.
Found a severed head.
Can it be reanimated without the head, or does it have to have the head to be reanimated?
Sorry?
Should we have to cover the rest of the things so it can't be reanimated quickly behind us?
I mean, sure, we can disassemble this thing completely if we want to.
Sure.
Just in case. It seems like a good idea.
Very well. Holly begins the grisly task.
No, Holly does not begin doing it. Holly thinks
sure?
Patrick should begin that.
Patrick-
Holly's not going to do it.
I'll take my neckerchief bandana and
There's actually an
put
apron.
that up over the nose.
Yeah, there's actually an apron and like a little
Yeah,
like,
no, I'm
surgical
gonna
mask.
take. There we go. We'll dress the part.
All right.
Any saws?
Yeah, there's saws, like I said. Yeah. So basically, you turn this thing into a very delightful-looking charcuterie board as you just.
I gotta give an obligatory mad scientist cackle while I'm doing it,
All right.
and then just okay, guys, let's get this last arm. This is gross. I don't want to be here anymore.
The moment
I
you
just don't wanna
the
be
moment you
part
can
of that
recognize when a game is a D&D game and not just like a story or an adventure, it's like, well, yeah. So yeah, he went into this room, took the head, then hacked apart the body until there was nothing left. Basically,
Yeah, it's
turned
already
this-
dead. It seems reasonable.
Yeah, basically made sausages partway through the dungeon.
Just
Um,
in case.
Just in case. Just in case. All right. All right. Where would you like to go? Northwest or southwest?
Shall we head to the southwest here? Looks like. Can I see that there's a door right there?
If you poke your head around the corner, you can. Yeah.
All right, like right there, I can see that door.
Yep.
Okay. Holly, there is a door down there. Do you wish to check to see if it is trapped?
That's probably a really good idea. I will check to see if it is trapped.
Perception check. As Holly moves over to the door, you begin to look at it. Inspect. You do see a trap. There's a trap that says, yeah, okay, actually, there's a trap nearby. There are some words written on the actual door itself that seem to say library, but also seem to say something else in reverse in a magical script. You could try to alter the script so that it disables it, but you're fairly sure that the script is trapped. So if you read the text, it'll probably do something.
I relay that information because I'm not entirely certain how to disarm this one.
Would I be able? Am I muted? No, I'm not. Okay.
No, you're fine.
Would I be able to figure out with an Arcana check how to disable it?
Well,
right,
Holly, actually, as a rogue, you are able to disable these sorts of traps.
This one I can.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can. Padrig, you won't even need to make a check. Basically, the way that certain words, script magic like this works is it has to be in a very, very particular fashion. It will have a trigger, an activation, and an activity. So, for example, if it's like, when read, this ability will cast this spell on this target. Or if someone touches the door, it will cast this spell on this target. Or if someone is in proximity to these texts or these words, it will cast this on these many targets. Or however, that's kind of the nature of it. Holly, you can't determine that, but you know how to disable this. Padrig, you can tell that when someone reads this text, they will explode. Is fundamentally the text written on the wall here.
Okay. Can I assist Holly in disarming it?
Sure, I will grant Holly a +2 bonus with Padrig's assistance.
Okay. And then I shall attempt to disable it.
All right, make your attack.
Thievery, right?
Make your attempt. Yes, thievery.
Oh wait, I get +4, so that's actually a 22.
Ooh, make it so, make it so. Hey, welcome in, Lou Boffin. Guys, our dear friend Lou is in chat. It is great to see you. How is your day, my dear? I hope you have had the bestest of days. I am a freaking gumboid. You'd think being on Twitch as often as I am, I'd figure this stuff out. Guys, big shout out and thank you to our friend Lou Boffin, a wonderful, wonderful content creator here in this space, a video gamer, a avid watcher of Critical Role, and of course a great TTRPGer. Please go and check out and support her channel. And for those of you who have just joined, my name is Michael. I'm Dead Aussie Gamer. We're doing some Pathfinder. Our heroes are in the Dead Warrens, a place beneath the graveyards of Korvosa, searching for the dead body of a Shoanti warrior who was sold by an evil gravedigger. They have assembled all of the body, which has been torn apart by a necromancer, except for an arm, which they are currently looking for. Holly, our fairy rogue, is attempting to disable a magical trap over what is apparently a library. Padrig, our wizard gunslinger, is assisting, while Quinn, our investigator, and Fido, our ranger automaton, are all looking onward, ready to embark and explore the next room. Holly, your thievery check at a 20 does
22.
indeed. Oh, sorry, what's that? 22?
It was a 22. I get the +2.
That is fine. With the 22, you manage to scrape off some of the writing on the wall, and by doing so, you disable the arcane trap that is lurking there. The door swings open, and inside, Holly, you can see a very, very humble-looking library. 2 wide, freestanding bookshelves furnish this room. You can see that the shelves are filled with rows upon rows of books, very meticulously arranged. Several large scroll cases also seem to be kind of placed in kind of the corner areas here, with large bodies of written work, most of which pertain to flesh golem crafting. And a big shout out and thank you to Calendria for $25. Thank you so much. All 4 players need a hero point, and I'm throwing one in for Dag as well for good measure. Oh, thank you so much. Yay, that's so nice of you. You're greatly appreciated and beloved. And guys, if you want to support the channel and of course support my wonderful players, yeah, consider donating. It's a great way to make sure that I keep running these games and are able to keep a roof over my head and all the other cool things. Thank you, Callie. Mwah! You're wonderful. All right. So yes, you do see the library.
I wander in.
Sorry, I do apologize. There are also many books, a surprising number of books, about diseases and plagues in here as well.
Do any of them look valuable?
Valuable, no. But if you do acquire any of these books, you will receive a +2 circumstance bonus on making knowledge checks or recall knowledge checks using and utilizing any of the knowledge in these books. So, for example, if you come across a golem and you want to make a knowledge check about it, and you have the golem book with you, you'll get a +2 bonus. Same thing with diseases and plague, etc. The whole collection, as itself, if you sold it, would be worth about 300 silver.
I'd like a medicine book and a golem book.
I feel like some of the plague and disease books would be really useful because we seem to be having some issues with plagues and diseases right now.
Sure.
Maybe grab a few of those?
All right. I will say that between you guys, you have the plague and the golem books.
Okay.
In addition, as you were looking around, Fido, you find in the corner what looks to be a thick picture book on the human anatomy, and tucked between its pages are a scroll of Identify and a scroll of Command Undead.
Nice.
Padrig, looking in the other corner, the opposite corner to where you are, you can see that there is a sample jar. This sample jar contains what looks to be a gnarled and twisted thumb. a kind of a look of cold horror kind of washes over your face because you've seen this thumb before. You know whose thumb this is.
Ooh.
Yeah, whose thumb is it?
Thumb is it?
Whose thumb is it? The thumb belongs to Gadrin Lamb.
Ooh.
Gross. That's just creepy.
Gadrin Lamb, for those of you who don't know, was the drug dealer that the group originally went out to try and stop and thwart. They fed him to an alligator.
Fed himself to an alligator.
Yeah, that's true. He did feed himself to an alligator.
Yeah.
But yes, this is his thumb floating in a jar of formaldehyde.
Nice.
So does anyone else get the feeling that they're, whoever they are trying to start a plague?
It seems like a lot of information on plagues, and I don't care for it. I'm not a fan. I've had experience, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Isn't there already a plague going on? Have they already started a plague?
There is a plague going on. That's why we had problems finding clerics for healing, if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
It's
because they're.
I was gonna say it's mostly general sickness, not so much a full-blown plague.
So I walk over to Patrick and I tap on the jar and I'm like, "What you got?"
Yeah, this is you remember our friend Gadrin? This is his thumb. I'm not sure if this is all that's left of him. I'm not sure why it's here. Keepsake from his brother?
Son. Father, whatever you want to call it.
Brother, father.
Do we remember if he had that thumb when we fought him?
You know, honestly, I was not looking at his hand so much as I was trying to avoid being eaten by the alligator. Unsuccessfully.
But you do recognize it as his. He had kind of those old arthritic thumbs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if his brother, the necromancer, really wanted to save his thumb, his son, I feel like we should maybe destroy the thumb.
Aiden, I don't have a problem with that.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father and destroyed his thumb. Prepare to die. Alright, you can destroy the thumb if you'd like.
Yeah, I don't really think that there's any good... I can't think of a good reason for a necromancer to be keeping body parts in general, especially of their parents.
I'm just gonna tell you right now that was there for sentimental reasons, but I guess you crush it and destroy it because you're monsters. No.
Don't get us on
I don't feel bad about it.
Oh, sure, you say that, but then we don't destroy it, and he's got some sort of DNA technology, and then we've got an army of Gadrin.
Actually, no, you're not entirely wrong. You're not entirely wrong. What you actually do know is that the resurrection spell specifically needs a piece of the body. So with this, you will prevent any kind of resurrection spell from working, at least from what you understand. All right.
Because screw that guy.
Yeah, that guy was an absolute jerk. He was using kids to like do thievery stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, he does not deserve to come back.
All right. After investigating the library, you begin to make your way down the last remaining path. The chamber winds upwards till eventually you arrive at a chamber with a four-posted bed, almost looking as though it was the bedroom of like a cottage or a villa in the actual town itself, as opposed to deep in the ground underneath a graveyard. You can also see that alongside you is a desk and a full-length mirror that seems to be propped up in this particular area. Sitting on the desk is a curious collection of various odds and ends. You also notice a broken knife with what looks to be a key-shaped blade. As you look around here, you can hear the sounds of something or someone rattling around in another bedchamber beyond. A voice calls out, "Do not touch anything. If you do, it shall be your last. Master Rolth is not expecting visitors, but he's always happy to find more samples." And with that, you see a small spherical object roll into your room. And as it does so, it begins to illuminate and glow brightly. And that is where we're going to end today's session.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming and joining us in today. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. I know I did. Thank you so much for being a part of my Monday morning. Guys, there is nothing more special and more amazing to me than you. It is so wonderful to get to hang out with people who have a passion for TTRPGs like I do. And, you know, like, I know that your time is precious. I feel as though your time is precious. And I want to just thank you guys for spending a little bit of it with me. Some of you many times during the week. It's freaking amazing. For now, however, my name is Michael. I've been the Dead Aussie Gamer. These are my amazingly talented Patreons who support me and get to come play with me and hang out and do cool things. We're well and truly into the first book of Curse of the Crimson Throne, but there is plenty of more episodes to come every Monday or Sunday evening if you're in the US. If you are celebrating the 4th of July, then of course please have a safe, wonderful, and prosperous holiday. For those of you who are not, then just please have a safe and prosperous weekend, because that's cool too. You know, for those of you from Australia, you know, that want to wish our friends from America a happy Treason Day. Look, let's be honest, like, we're a colony as well. We just, you know, it's the fine. The Queen doesn't really do anything, you know, she's too far away. You know, her stroller doesn't come this far out. So so we're good. Yeah, there you go. That's it. We are gonna go and raid someone now and pass on the love this lovely morning. Let's see. Scarlet's doing stuff, but is anyone else doing things? I mean, we do love Scarlet. I think I saw Lord Gazumbaron, but he might be wrapping up as well. Let's see. Okay, let's go and raid. Ooh, Top Notch. Have we done stuff with Top Notch yet? No, we haven't. Let's go raid Table Top Notch. Yeah, we don't get to hang out with these folk often. Doesn't look like they're playing D&D. They might be. Oh, no, they are. They are playing D&D. Good. Yeah, so they're playing in a horror-looking game. So I'm very keen because I do love my own horror games. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for being here. Until we meet again, as always, from me to you, game hard or die trying. Bye, everyone.
Bye.